a lot of opinions.
All right. So our first topic is the Marvel Cinematic Universe over? Meaning, is it kind of at a close? There's a lot of comic book fans, particularly, and let's say even cinephiles they can feel the end is nigh.
The conversation was happening as early as Infinity War, so let's you're looking.
Oh no, okay. I was legitimately thinking about this the other day, and I just like, in the wake of Endgame, absolutely nothing of like substance has come out. Like I
know why.
Oh, okay.
We have now reached the point in comic book superhero movies where we are now doing storylines that were done in the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
We are not doing iconic storylines from the 80s and 90s anymore.
That makes sense. And that's why with Doctor Strange, like, it's the last, like, hurrah in terms of that, because House of M was pretty much the last, like,
great,
truly good, like that and Avengers vs. X-Men, but you haven't, established the X-Men yet to do.
How do you establish the X-Men when all you would be doing is remaking the Fox movies?
Yeah,
because the Fox movies already did the iconic storylines.
Yep.
They did 2 Phoenix movies.
Yep.
They did...
Both too bad.
They did Days of Futures Past.
They did Apocalypse.
That was okay. Apocalypse was okay.
Was bad. It had Oscar Isaac in it, and he's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
So Age of Apocalypse was actually a very stellar movie. I just really wish Pietro told Magneto that he was.
Yeah, like why they didn't just like they hinted at it. It was clearly there on the tip of your tongue, but you didn't go with
hold on. I'm mad that Michael Fassbender did not make an appearance in WandaVision in the flashbacks. No, I know.
No, I really have not seen Doctor Strange, but it's fine. Go
But they showed her parents, and it would have been a really good opportunity to randomly just have Fassbender.
It's like,
like you guys went through the trouble of bringing in Evan Peters.
Yeah, but they brought in Evan Peters, but it wasn't even like
5 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't even him. It was all just for a dick joke.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, absolutely. I feel like the MCU is it's kind of done for. They aren't really building towards anything. Everything that they put out is...
Well, they've put out 2 big teasers for what's going to happen, or 3 now, I guess, because it's whatever. And that's just it. Is they don't know which one of those is going to be the culmination of it all, because there's the Celestials out there.
You have the Eternals movie, which went absolutely nowhere. Like, you have this just to introduce the Celestials. You have Kang because of Loki,
and now because of Doctor Strange, we have the incoming threat of Incursions, which happened in Secret Wars, which was 2012 Marvel Comics.
Like 10 years ago.
That was also something that was hinted at in Loki as well.
So clearly,
and then we know
the Incursions in the end of the universe is where it's headed,
and we know that. In Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man Quantumania, that Kang is going to play a bigger role. But the fact that he is confirmed to be in that leads me to believe he's not going to be the ultimate threat.
No.
Which means that, like, everything that they've done since Endgame sets up for, like, a movie. So Loki was really just set up for Ant-Man because it introduced Kang. WandaVision was really just set up for Doctor Strange. Winter Soldier kind of set up the Thunderbolts movie, I guess, that they've now confirmed is going to happen. But
did you see Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I did. I watched the entire. I've seen everything up into Miss Marvel and Doctor Strange is the only things I have not seen. I don't really want to watch Miss Marvel.
Okay, so
Anika read the Miss.
I need to be stated for the record. I own the original run of the debut of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. Mm-hmm. They aren't going with that fucking story. and
they can't because Inhumans was botched.
Yeah, well, they can't because Inhumans was botched. So they've like now completely rebooted what her powers are, how she's gotten them, and it's just... I understand where the decision-making happened, but it's very much like, okay, now even the fans of this comic, like, forget the negative fans, the toxic fans that weren't going to go see it to begin with, but now you're at a point where the fans that actually enjoy the character, they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing reminiscent about what the character originally was.
I do not want to watch Moon Knight because I like the Moon Knight character and I hate the multiple personalities
aspect of it.
But
that's intrinsic to him, though.
Yes and no.
No. Anyone that's read Moon Knight in the last 20 years will tell you the best run was Warren Ellis's run.
Yeah.
And
they never DID much
completely differently, and it never even mentioned Stephen Grant or Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
And it is perfect comic books.
Mm-hmm.
And there we are, and we get Oscar Isaac, friend of the show. I hate to. This is an ongoing joke.
Yeah, I bet.
So, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to not like it.
Yeah.
I know I won't.
That's how I felt about Hawkeye when we were going in.
Hawkeye was great.
I wasn't particularly excited about Hawkeye, but Kate Bishop is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
And they did her so well.
I was not excited about Hawkeye. I enjoyed it. It's
Here's the reason
it's the best you could do with Hawkeye without without giving him his own Avengers.
The reason I like Hawkeye in terms of or the show anyways, was because I thought Jeremy Renner was like one of the perfect castings for Hawkeye in fucking Thor. Back when Thor, and I was like, yo, the dude from SWAT is Hawkeye? No way!
Yeah, and then they just never did anything with him. Like, he was just always kind of in the background.
And then we got Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, and I was like, no way! This is again, a casting just as good. Yeah. So I knew I was going to enjoy the series regardless. Cause...
Their chemistry is great together too, so it worked out. The inclusion of Yelena also kind of elevated it. That again was set up in Black Widow,
and that's all apparent. She might be a Thunderbolt.
Yeah, she's gonna be the Thunderbolt.
I'm very excited about that. I'm not particularly excited about the Thunderbolts movie, but I'm very excited about what they're hinting at right now. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the way that the Thunderbolts is gonna work, it's not even going to be a true Thunderbolts because it's not really going to be villains. It's just going to be more anti-heroes.
Well, there's no bad guys anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And everyone gets turned into
Mephisto.
It's because writers want to give them character development, and in doing so, you end up making them sympathetic. Yeah, so you don't want them to be
there's no bad guys anymore. Not characters with bad storylines. That was in regards to Mephisto. Oh. But yeah, that's one of the going back to X-Men, and that being, they're gonna have to put their chips on X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Which, do they cast John Krasinski?
They better. You can't for one, he exists in a multiverse as Mr. Fantastic. We clearly know that everybody is that other person in a different multiverse. Wanda is Wanda, and every single one. Doctor Strange, it's Benedict Cumberbatch in every single one.
All right, but I'm gonna break a cardinal rule of comic book fans. I'm gonna apply DC rules. We have a black Jim Gordon and a white Jim Gordon, a couple of white Jim Gordons.
DC doesn't count. I used to love DC and
How did you feel about the Batman?
I enjoyed the Batman. The Batman was a great detective film, exactly like Batman is supposed to be. Okay. It was the most true to Batman's detective origins as any other Batman film could have been prior to it. Nothing has reached that. As a whole, in terms of Batman like a superhero, it's lacking, but so did The Dark Knight. He wasn't a superhero, he was just a dude in a cape, beating up crime. With this one, he actually puts his detective skills to use. He doesn't just yell at people and be like, "Where is she?"
That's 80s detective skills.
But also at the same time, the one issue I had with the Batman was that, you're gonna focus on it being a detective film. At least make him a good detective. He's a terrible detective the entire film. Alfred is figuring out everything for him, and then Alfred gets injured, and it's well, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to find him? He's what? And so you're doing a good job, but you're doing a bad job simultaneously. So all in all, the film it's not spectacular. I enjoyed it. Is it a little long? Yeah. Did they need to include the Joker at the end? No. I feel that was a misplay on their part, but they were going for the sequel, and
I hope the Joker's not in that sequel.
I also do. I also hope that the Joker's not in the sequel. They need to just give the Joker a rest for a while. Batman has plenty of other good villains that can test him.
A freaking laundry list. There's tons.
They've proven time and time again that you can have
it's called a rogue
watchable
gallery
Batman movie without the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to see Batman taking down the Condiment King. Like, who doesn't want to see that?
I mean, if it's like how the movie starts and it's like the first 15 minutes.
No. I want Condiment King to be legit, true
the main villain. I want to see Batman go against Scarface and the ventriloquist.
Oh, no, that'd be so cool.
Kite Man and Condiment King together, taking down Batman. Someone is poisoned in Gotham. He can't figure out why, and it's Burger King or some other affiliate.
The Clock King. Clock King and Calendar Man. I mean, that was the best moment in Suicide Squad. Calendar Man's cameo.
That's peak 90s, like, marketing tactics. Absolutely, yeah. All of the commercials.
I mean, I personally think Batman and Robin is one of the better Batman movies.
I will stand to my grave that I thoroughly enjoy Batman and Robin.
I love Batman and Robin.
And you can say what you want about...
But it's fun.
You can say what you want about George. Like, okay, the movie as a whole is like, it's bad. Okay, you know, on face value, it's bad. But are you enjoying yourself while you're watching it? Fuck yeah. Yes. Arnold Schwarzenegger delivering nothing but like the coldest puns. You have Uma Thurman just being hot.
Serious moments. Arnold Schwarzenegger's serious moments when he's diving deep into the character of Breathe.
It's some of the best acting he's legitimately done. Like, I felt bad for him and his wife.
Yeah. Schwarzenegger makes the movie work. That's why he has the top billing in the whole fucking movie.
And then, like, okay, also Clooney. Like, Clooney came in. It's the 4th movie in the series. Alfred has been in it since the beginning, but
that's the true
feel that connection, like as if it's been him since since the OG, since Tim Burton.
And I honestly think him and Chris O'Donnell had better chemistry.
They did than Val Kilmer and Chris O'Donnell.
Much better chemistry.
I didn't like Chris O'Donnell in Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin was like, all right, yeah, this works.
Well, and here's what I like in Batman Forever: his costume is actually closer to the Nightwing costume.
Yeah. And then here you are in number 4. Like, oh yeah, Nightwing. That's a good name. Okay. Sorry, I'm thirsty. I'm angry and I'm thirsty.
Gotta we haven't even gotten to Star Wars yet.
Have we even answered the question of whether or not
I have not gotten to my joke of all that's left for the X-Men to do is all the weird space stuff.
No.
And go on adventures with the Starjammers.
Oh God, no.
Yes. Yes.
No. Save us from that.
Well, yeah, no.
So, hey man, if you want Kite Man and Condiment King, I want Starjammers.
To be fair,
Uncanny X-Men. That's what they got left. They have Uncanny. They have the Scott murdering Professor X and running
that's
off
what we need in movies again. Professor X to die.
What, 3 times now? 3.
I feel like we're at 4.
Oh, what about
he died in 3.
Yeah, in 3.
He died in Logan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he died in
Wanda.
Yeah.
So. And then I feel like no, he technically survives.
What's the planet where he has like his girlfriend and his kid is?
The Shi'ar Empire.
Yeah, come on, let's take us to the Shi'ar Empire.
That's all the crazy.
That's all they got left.
This is how Rogue gets Captain Marvel's powers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it all makes sense. You're welcome.
Honestly, that's what they need to do. Is they need to do what Fox didn't do and make Rogue the main character and the hero.
Yeah.
And make her badass. Not shy teen Rogue.
And they can use that as because their main issue with Captain Marvel as of now is that she's too overpowered. You can't have a character like that without having some sort of like something that's bigger than her. Like,
well, it was Wanda.
I mean, it was Wanda, and like, but Wanda's set back by her own like.
You really like that's the reason you got to see
Multiverse
Madness is.
But because it reminds you, it's like no. We all knew the actual answer. Comic book fans knew the actual answer to who the strongest Avenger question was.
Oh yeah, it was, of course, it's always been. But because I'm thinking like you can use that as a way to depower the Carol Danvers by just like having Rogue steal her powers, or now I'm not as powerful anymore. It's like, all right,
yep,
cool, that works. I understand that. That's simple explanation. Got it. No, like...
She's just not as strong. Rogue has half her powers
Yeah,
now.
she legit stole her powers. No, my tan.
Oh man.
But okay, so to get back to the original topic, is the MCU over? Yeah, I think it is. I don't think they're gonna have to work hard to get past Phase 4.
I feel like they're already kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of the characters that they're trying to push forward. I mean, they're trying right now. It seemingly looks like they've already bringing in all of the Young Avengers characters, and they're already making them either too young or not consistent in age range to actually meaningfully give them their own team later on, which is only hardcore readers even know who the Young Avengers are.
And they're definitely trying to push on to the next generation of what would be the Avengers, because the old generation can't be around forever, and the thing is, it's not really working.
Well, and the sad reality is the Avengers has had a long roster. They should just be trying to build up the characters they haven't used yet, instead of trying to, let's do next generation.
No, just rotate out. Just what you do with the Avengers, you just do a rotation. Like it's an easy fix, but Marvel doesn't want to they don't want to invest in that as a
I just think at a certain point they have reached because I've slurred over a bunch of words now. Yeah. When Kevin Feige originally talked about why he had the idea for the MCU, it's because he was sitting in Marvel's writer rooms, and they'd all have to sit there and talk about, with all their editors, this is what's happening in our big event. These are how all the tie-ins are going on. But we've now reached a point where that's not feasible for visual media. Or for film and TV.
Yeah, they have so many things going on. It's impossible to interconnect it all, so you have to make your own separate little universes, and in doing that you're weakening the brand. So the only answer is to bring it all back together, but then you have all these characters that are unexplored. You have movies like The Eternals, which would have done better as a TV show, because now you have the time to expand, and each episode is its own Eternal. You can get that emotional bond, so when they actually do end up dying, it means something, and not just I saw this dude for 5 minutes and he did a thing and now he's dead. Oh, okay, well, what's next? And so they're gonna have to push hard for Phase 4. I know they're holding Fantastic Four in their pocket, and that's their ace in the hole, but it just feels like it's not going to be enough. If they're going to make it to Phase 5, they have to have something big, or at least be building up to something big. Because
they already made the Skrulls good guys, and that's one of the biggest enemies of the Fantastic Four.
Literally, the only thing that you haven't Mephisto is one thing that has not been touched. Kind of, if you include the evil version of Doctor Strange as a workaround towards Mephisto. But you have Galactus, you have the Eternals coming, or the Celestials coming back as a villain, and then you have there's only a handful of other things that are truly available to be world-ending things. You can always bring in the Phoenix Force with the X-Men, but again, who wants to rehash that again? I trust Marvel more to do it, but
you just don't want to watch that.
I just don't want to. I don't want to see her just.
Well, and that's why I think they're going with the doing the animated series to give them a little bit of just to give movies a bit of time away from the X-Men.
And I mean, they even if they go with the way that the Phoenix Force worked in Avengers versus X-Men, I feel like I would be more open to that than just it straight being Jean Grey again.
Where everyone's getting the Phoenix
Force. Everyone's getting the Phoenix Force, and it's just out of control, and so now you got to find a way to control it, and in doing that you're making one all-powerful being. And so that I feel would work a little bit better if you want to do an X-Men movie that has that, where you can incorporate it, but they're running out of world-ending threats. And it was bound to happen. The fatigue is eventually going to kick in, it's starting to already. I was one who used to go see every movie at midnight, and I still have not seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I
still have not seen Ant-Man or Captain Marvel.
Or Eternals.
And those were Phase 2, Phase 3 movies.
Well, they're skippable.
Yeah, exactly. It's these aren't gonna, and even because Captain Marvel was just like Ant-Man. It was you're not releasing this at the right time.
Yeah. Ant-Man's good. It's a good one-off.
But I was fundamentally against it because
they got rid of
because
it came out after Age of Ultron.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm never gonna like this movie. It's never gonna be what I wanted an Ant-Man movie to be, and it never will be what an Ant-Man movie could have been.
This is a Scott Lang movie.
And we got 5 seconds of what an Ant-Man movie could have been in Ant-Man and the Wasp when Hank Pym is in the Quantumverse or the Quantum Realm and he's tripping out, and it's like we could have had 2 hours of this.
Yeah. The What If episode with Ant-Man was so good. Have you seen it?
No.
We haven't watched any of the What If yet.
You gotta watch it.
We didn't have a plus at the time.
You're out of loop for Multiverse of Madness. You're missing some characters.
It made sense without the background knowledge.
No. And I mean, that's probably one of the better episodes. It's kind of like a thriller horror-esque. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
No, not here. We gotta move on because we still have so many other things that we got plenty of topics. So,
in a nutshell,
MCU's
got a couple of years and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like you got to do something, guys.
DC's already dead, so we don't even talk about it.
Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for them. That's just a nightmare.
I am very excited for Black Adam.